One of the giants of the AI field has officially called it peak data and said that we are at the end of pre-training. Welcome back to the AI Daily Brief. One of the really interesting conversations that we've been paying attention to for the last month or so has to do with the idea of whether we've hit a plateau in LLM performance based on the current methods for training AI models. Former OpenAI co-founder and now founder of the company Safe Superintelligence, Ilya Sutskever, made a rare appearance in Vancouver on Friday to make some fairly ground-shaking predictions about the future of AI. Speaking at the NeurIPS conference, Ilya claimed pre-training as we know it will unquestionably end. Let's go back and get a little bit of context for these comments before we dig into exactly what Ilya had to say. All current foundation models rely on scaling up pre-training to make progress. Basically, they throw more data and more compute at the problem to achieve the next paradigm shift in model capability. A few months ago, however, sources inside of Frontier Labs started to express concerns that pre-training had hit a scaling wall. Training runs were starting to show diminishing returns from adding more compute to training clusters and more data to training sets. And what had originally just been reporting from the information started to get credence from big CEO appearances. At the Microsoft Ignite conference last month, CEO Satya Nadella said, "We're seeing the emergence of a new scaling law." He was, of course, referring to scaling time-test compute, which is the technology that underpins OpenAI's O1 model. Google CEO Sundar Pichai at the New York Times Dealbook Summit said, "I think that progress is going to get harder when I look at 2025. The low-hanging fruit is gone. The hill is steeper." Now, for OpenAI's part, they think that the new opportunity of the reasoning models and test time compute means that, as Sam Altman put it, there is no wall, but it's clear that even they have shifted their strategy, and that basically instead of simply scaling computing power and adding additional data, new approaches that involve allowing the models to quote-unquote think longer is a viable, if alternative, scaling strategy. Ilya himself weighed in on the debate and really took it to a new level, given that he had been such a long-term proponent of just throw more compute and data at it. Ilya told Reuters, "The 2010s were the age of scaling. Now we're back in the age of wonder and discovery once again. Everyone is looking for the next thing. Scaling the right thing matters now more than ever." So what is the right thing? Well, let's go back to these comments from last week at the NeurIPS conference. Ilya seems to believe that the end of the pre-training era is for more fundamental reasons. He believes the industry has reached the practical limit for scaling, stating, "While compute is growing, we've achieved peak data and there'll be no more. We have to deal with the data that we have. There's only one internet." Instead, Ilya is proposing a very different pathway to achieving the next generation of AI models. He mentioned agents, synthetic data, and inference-time compute as experiments that are already being run. When it comes to agents, Ilya's belief is that the current crop of so-called agents are extremely limited and don't necessarily evolve much further using current methods. While this current crop are an impressive first stage, they're still prone to becoming confused and require human supervision to carry out tasks correctly. Ilya said, "Right now, the systems are not agents in any meaningful sense. They're just beginning." He says that in the future, models will be able to reason more. Once again, he said we're in the early stages, claiming that current models only replicate human intuition rather than coming up with their own novel strings of logic. Ilya gave chess-playing AI as an example, noting that the leading models were completely unpredictable to human grandmasters. He said the more a system reasons, the more unpredictable it becomes. Zooming all the way out, Ilya gave an example from nature, which to him suggests fundamental breakthroughs in AI sophistication are possible. He noted that most mammals display the same predictable relationship between body weight and brain size. Non-human primates are slightly above this curve but scale in the same manner. Hominids, like humans and their ancestors, show a completely different relationship between body mass and brain size. As humans evolved, brain size skyrocketed in a way that was unpredictable based on comparisons with other species. Ilya claimed, quote, "This means there is a precedent for biology figuring out some kind of different scaling." Ultimately, Ilya believes that the path to superintelligence will yield drastically different capabilities to the pre-training era of AI. He said he expects to see superintelligent models that are fundamentally agentic, meaning they will be natively capable of carrying out tasks in the same way that a human can. He also believes that they will be necessarily unpredictable, saying, "We will have to be dealing with AI systems that are incredibly unpredictable. They will understand things from limited data. They will not get confused. All of the things which are really big limitations." Importantly, these were all very generalized predictions of how AI will evolve. Ilya said, "I'm not saying how and I'm not saying when, I'm saying that it will. When all of those things come together, we will have systems of radically different qualities and properties than exist today." And this is sort of the big point, that whatever happens next, it likely looks very different than what we have today. One of the most important points is this observation that we've reached peak data. Current models have been trained on the entire internet at this stage. And while a lot of folks jump to say maybe there are sources of data as yet untapped, entrepreneur Ibrahim Ahmed wrote, "The one point I somewhat disagree with is that we've tapped all data. There's immense private data that's completely untapped." Mike Mnemonic writes, "Wild to me, he's convinced we're out of data. Maybe he means public scrapable data? Example, there's a huge difference between the text on a Wikipedia page and a screenshot of a Wikipedia page. So much contextual data is locked away in perception. It would be a huge benefit to pre-training." But Ilya's point is somewhat different. It seems to me like he's saying that while private and synthetic data could theoretically expand the size of the dataset, they're unlikely to contain any novel concepts or ideas. Put another way, once you've memorized the entire catalog of human thought, what more is there to learn? Yovgo summed it up this way: "Learning to complete partial observations is not sufficient to get intelligence." He said, "I think this was kind of obvious to many, but maybe noteworthy that a true scale believer said it." Some of the other commentary was frustration around what was not said. Dimitru Urhan from Google's DeepMind said, "Sad part about the talk is what he didn't say. 10 years ago, Ilya would have told us what he thinks we should do. Yesterday, he just alluded to ideas from others. That's what happens when you run a company and are more interested in secrecy than benefiting science." Nate Sanders took it a step farther, saying, "Seems clear to me that the data drought pessimism over the last 90 days is because Ilya and the SSI team were out fundraising and this was their core thesis." I will say that even if that's true, it's not necessarily just a fundraising thing, or at least the direction of the correlation isn't clear. In other words, is Ilya pushing this narrative because it's helpful for fundraising, or is it something that he believes that he's just capitalizing on? We also don't even have any confirmed reports that he actually is fundraising. This is all just speculation. Perhaps most interesting is the part of the conversation where it's almost like Ilya has unlocked people to think more broadly about what might come next. John Rush wrote, "Ilya finally confirmed scaling LLMs at the pre-training stage plateaued. The compute is scaling, but data isn't, and new or synthetic data isn't moving the needle. What's next? Same as the human brain. Stopped growing in size, but humanity kept advancing. The agents and tools on top of LLMs will fuel the progress. Sequence-to-sequence learning, agentic behavior, teaching self-awareness. Think of it as the iPhone, which kept getting bigger and more useful from a hardware point, but plateaued and focus shifted to applications." I don't know if that's how it plays out, but I think it's great that we're starting to have that conversation. Really, really interesting stuff from Ilya. Glad he gave that talk, and excited to see how this conversation proceeds into the new year. For now, though, that is going to do it for today's AI Daily Brief. Until next time, peace